How's it going?
Hey, what's up, man?
Doing good. How about yourself?
Not too bad, not too bad. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you coming on. So, first of all, how's these last two to 3 days been going for you?
Crazy, really. I mean, realistically, I've been watching the Patriots since like 96, 97, from what I can remember.
Right.
Sure was watching it with my dad at some point earlier ages, but I've never seen this. This is new to me. I mean, one to two guys, yeah,
Right.
you know, but not four, five, six guys in a day.
No.
I've never seen it, and it's great to see.
I completely agree with you. I was thinking about this as well. Like, just across all sports, I don't remember a time in my 15 some odd years or something like that, being into sports, ever seeing a team do this much in that little amount of time. I've never seen a team do it before.
No, you don't see it often. And again, these guys aren't all world beaters. You know what I mean? These
Right.
guys aren't all pros. Hunter Henry is probably the biggest name out of them all. But this is all positions that needed to be filled, and he did it quickly. And he still has a draft. And today's really the first day of free agency, so who knows what else he's going to do. But it's looking pretty good so far.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I got to get your reaction real quick on how was your time watching the Patriots last year? 7-9, missed this playoffs first time in 12 years. How difficult was it?
It was tough. I mean, you watch the first four games, and you're like, okay. I mean, Tom Brady, who? I mean, and then all of a sudden the COVID hits, and Cam goes, and everything goes downward. And then more than halfway through the season, they win a big game against the Ravens, and you're like, I'm back. I'm back in. I'm ready to go. And then the Rams game kind of just took the wind out of everybody's sail.
Exactly.
And it was such an up and down emotional season. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just ready to forget about it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I remember when I forgot about that Ravens game, but I remember I was watching with friends. They said to me, because I went over to my friends and watched the past games, like 3 games in a row, and they won all those 3 games. Like Iggy, you got to be here every single game for the rest of the season now. Like, you're some sort of good luck. But after that game, I was like, we're back in it. No, nobody can beat us now that we got the Ravens.
I mean, certainly the monsoon that happened that game helped a bit too.
Right.
But yeah, they just showed some spark in some games, and then some games you're like, yeah, this team is just not ready. This team is not a playoff team. But it's looking a lot. They finished 7-9 with that roster, and now you have this roster and a much easier schedule.
Right.
It's looking a little bit good for a Patriots fan right now. I'm just saying. We'll see about Cam. We'll see about the quarterback position, but.
So that brings up a good point. Now that Cam has all these weapons, now he has a full offseason, full training camp. What are your expectations of him going into the season?
So I think he's going to be the quarterback. That's my opinion. A lot of these other people and writers are thinking he's going to go elsewhere. If he's going to go elsewhere, it's going to be the draft. And anyone he picks in a draft, say Trey Lance, somehow they get him, right?
Mm-hmm.
He played one game last year. He's not going to be ready to play an NFL season this year, even if they do pick him up. You know what I mean? So I think we are stuck with Cam, and I'm okay with that. And I bring this up. The first 3 games of the season, Cam was looking like Cam in 2015. But I'm just feeling like now this year it's over. There's no excuses. He's got the weapons now, the weapon excuse.
I watched I don't know if you've seen the I Am Athlete interview that he did, but all he was talking about was how he didn't feel anywhere close to he did after COVID, and how much COVID really deterred his mental health, how he felt physically. And I as a Patriots fan, obviously, I bet you were thinking the same exact thing. I was pretty frustrated with how the offense performed throughout last season. It was just so hard to watch. And a lot of my blame was on Cam. But like after fully thinking about it, without him having any offseason, he got signed in July. He didn't really have any time to be able to really gain relationships with the offense other than, just having his backyard sort of catches with Edelman and Harry. But I mean, I'm so much more confident that he's going to be back. in 2021.
Yeah, and what people don't realize is this team's not going to – he's still not going to throw the ball 40 times.
Right.
It's going to be a running team. And I think if you look at Cam's 2015 season, his number one target was Greg Olsen. They got Hunter Henry, and they got Smith now.
Yep.
I mean, a lot of more things are going to open up for him, and I honestly think he's going to be starting day one.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I was on the Stidham train before they signed him last year. But I got to be honest with you, when they put him in, I think it was the Rams game or something like that. One of the last few games that they put him in, he just looked horrendous. And I got to be honest, I don't really know how much support I'm going to give him, even if they don't keep Cam after this next season.
I mean, you kind of have to look at it in Bill Belichick's eyes right now. Last year, he signed Cam in July because he thought, oh, crap, I don't have a quarterback.
Right.
He didn't have any Jared Stidham, I don't think will ever be an NFL starter. He'll be a backup maybe his whole life, but he's still young too, so we don't know about that. But at the same time, Belichick, he had no faith in him, and he went out and got someone late, very late, for a $1 million deal or whatever it was, and stuck with – the thing with me is he stuck with Cam through the whole season too.
Right.
I mean, Stidham played games here and there, but Cam started most of those games. So,
and even when Stidham did play, like I got hyped. I was like, yeah, Jared's out there. Like, let's go show him. And then I was just sitting back and like, come on, do something, man.
I think a lot of us were like that because we got Tom Brady on the mind, and we think, oh, another new guy come right in. Fill out
Exactly.
We're thinking it's easy like that. We're Patriots fans. We think that way. We've been spoiled for 20+ years. So I don't know. I just wish the season was starting tomorrow. I'm excited for it. And again, I don't think they're done.
I completely agree
with picking people up. They almost got AJ Green today. But what I read, they got outbid by the Cardinals last minute. So that sucks. But it would have been cool to see him, another player trying to prove himself. But I think they'll go get someone either in the draft, like a Waddle. You know, he didn't play much this year, not for Alabama because of injuries. But the year before, he was a stud, and he is a stud. So I don't know. I'm ready for the draft. I think the next portion is the draft. Either they trade for someone or they trade up, or I don't know. They have 9 picks, so it's going to be a fun couple days.
If Belichick, if I'm sitting there until pick 15, and then I get a notification that damn pick is traded, and I just wasted all this time watching the draft like I did last year, I'm going to be pissed.
You know it's going to happen, Jake. I mean, you know it's going to happen. You know, it's funny because Belichick straight up admitted in an interview he hasn't had the greatest wide receiver and tight end picks. No. So even he knows it. So I don't know. They could go any way in this draft. If they stay at 15, they could go defensively with Micah Parsons from Penn State. They could, or if Waddle falls, they could stay with Waddle. There was the tight end from thought that they were going to be in on him, but obviously I don't think they need tight end help anymore. But I don't know. He could go anywhere. He could trade it. He could trade it for a second and a fourth or something. You know, it's Bill Belichick.
Yeah, 100%. I completely agree with you. And I was very excited, you know, when we saw, you know, some offensive guys being signed, you know, like Nelson Aguilar and, you know, Kendrick Bourne. Obviously, those weren't like the wide receiver names I was hoping for. I was hoping for like Marvin Jones, Galloway, or like you even said, AJ Green. But what was your thoughts on what Belichick did in terms of the wide receiver portion?
So these guys remind me a lot of like an Aguilar and a Bourne remind me a lot of like a Deion Branch, a David Patton pickup, someone that's going to be big. Because what they see, the thing is what they're going to do is they're going to create separation. And Patriots wide receivers this year just didn't do that. I think they were the lowest in the league.
Mm-hmm.
So if you watch some the Hook Cam, he's brilliant. He does. He's got a YouTube channel. He does breakdowns, and he did a little bit of a breakdown about all the free agents so far. And basically, what he said was separation is the biggest deal, and what they do will open something else up.
Right.
Even if they get a separation, and now they got to think, Aguilar deep threat. Now that or maybe Henry or anybody coming through the middle. So I mean, I'm excited. These aren't number one. I don't think the Patriots have a number one yet, but they're way better option than we had. 4 days.
And then I don't know about you, but on Tuesday, I got to get your reaction on when you got that notification. You already had in your mind, we have Jonnu Smith, we have Devin Asiasi in tight end. So my mind wasn't even anywhere close to Hunter Henry. So when you got that notification, what was your reaction?
Same as you. So we have a group chat, like the Hook guys, and I woke up to it. I woke up to them saying it, and I had to go on ESPN and look, and I was like, this is crazy. I wasn't expecting this.
No way.
I figured they got their guy in Jonnu, and I figured they were going to, move on from there, maybe draft one.
Mm-hmm.
And then seeing that, I was excited. I was definitely excited.
Yeah, I texted Eric right when it happened, and he goes, bro, I have so much work to do right now, but I can't focus.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, he's got a company, so he tries to do both. And I mean, it's tough right now because things are just going to keep popping up. I mean, exactly. This week's not even over, and but I guess they got close to $30 million more to spend. Mm-hmm. So will they spend it all? I don't know. Will they trade for Deshaun Watson? I don't think so. I honestly, it's a pipe dream. If it happens, I would love life.
Right.
Don't think it's going to happen, to be honest.
I
Especially
think
with the stuff going on with them now. So, yeah, I don't think so. It's a pipe dream.
Yeah, I think it's hysterical that even though the Pats still got Cam, people are still under the impression that there's a good chance that we could either get Watson or Jimmy G. Like, come on, give me a break. He's a starting quarterback.
I mean, if you look at what the Bears offered for Russell Wilson, and they got turned down, mm-hmm. What are teams going to have to do that for Deshaun Watson for them to be okay with?
Yeah, it was
I think it was like three first-round picks.
Third-round pick and 2 starters. Crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. So it's, again, pipe dream, but we can dream, okay?
Right.
Because if that ever happened, Patriot haters would go back on suicide watch. I mean, but so far so good. Cam's their starter. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. You could clip this. If I'm wrong, you can make fun of me. But I think Cam's their starter.
I agree with you. And I find it so interesting after all these signings. I don't know if you got this feeling as a Patriots fan, but when all these signings started coming through, that cockiness started coming back. And I started getting that sort of, you hate us because you hate us sort of feeling.
The Vince McMahon walk down, we're back. And, but yeah, a lot of people are like, everybody's excited about, low caliber signings. I mean, these guys are not low caliber signings. These are what the Patriots needed. And it was awesome. And it's also cool to be in the news finally of not being like the 7-9 team. Now, where a lot of people think the Patriots can do it. I talked to Eric. He said 10 wins. I think 10 wins is doable. Yeah. With this, I mean, you look at their schedule. Again, we don't know though. There's still so much more that they can do. Mm-hmm. This offensive line thing is scaring me a bit though. But again, hopefully they have, a plan for that. But I guess Andrews is gone.
No, yeah, that's what I saw today, and I mean, my prediction is 11-5. I just went with the conservative 11-5. The record that the Patriots pretty much had for, like, you know what I mean, like 15 of the 20 years that they were successful. But I got to get your thoughts. One last thing is, how frustrated were you during the Super Bowl week when they talked more about the Patriots and Bill Belichick than they did the two teams that were playing in the Super Bowl? And how do you feel now after all the crap that people were talking about Bill? I know Eric gets crap all the time about how bad of a drafter Bill is and how stupid of a GM he is. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, so I'll do it. People that think Bill Belichick is a bad GM are the dumbest people on this earth. Went 20 years as a winning damn team, and did it with players that no other team would be able to do it with. And again, they had Tom Brady. So, but to answer your question, that sucked. I didn't watch a lot of Super Bowl stuff because, unlike Eric and Cam, I'm still a little hurt when it comes to Tom Brady.
Yep.
So I think he's Judas. So I wasn't rooting for him in the Super Bowl. I wish that like lightning came and they had to cancel the game and never play it again because I didn't want either team to win. But yeah, it's stupid. They're gonna do that, and they're gonna do it this year. It's gonna be even worse when they're gonna play each other. I think it's like week 8, week 7, week 8.
Right.
They're gonna play each other this year, and I mean we did. I don't know. I mean, obviously we don't know the time, but I feel like they're not going to put that game more than halfway through the season. But it's going to get worse. Trust me. It's going to be Belichick versus Brady. Belichick, and now that the Patriots might compete better than they did last year, it's going to hype up. So just screw the noise, I guess.
Exactly.
And hit the punching bag harder as much as all this crap you hear from Patriot haters.
Exactly. It's funny that you said that because the last time I talked to Eric, I said that I was in state. I'm like, isn't there like 8 stages of grieving? I think I'm in like stage 7. He's like, come on, man, you got to get over it. And I'm I just can't look at him in that jersey and not get upset about it because for me, I had to explain it to Eric. I'm like, listen, man, I'm 22 years old. Like, so he's been the only quarterback of my entire life, and it's just been success. That's it. But yeah, I'm so fed up with the Belichick versus Brady. That sort of conversation makes my blood boil, quite honestly.
I mean, you're at stage 7. I'm still at stage like 2. Like I'm still pissed, but this is definitely making it easier for sure. But yeah, I'm sick. We're all sick of it as Patriot fans, but we're gonna hear it, and it's not gonna stop until Brady retires or Belichick retires. And I feel like even once Brady retires, it's still going to be Belichick can't do it without Brady. And who knows? Maybe this is why he's getting a little more players. I don't think it's petty like that. I honestly don't think he cares that much. But I like to see it. Keep more players.
Exactly. I completely agree with you. Last thing I wanted to ask was you already did your record prediction of 10-6. But if there was an expectation that you think Patriots fans or NFL fans have in their mind, where do you think or how far do you think the Patriots could go? Maybe divisional round, AFC Championship? If they get to the AFC Championship, I'm going to be the first one to say it. I don't think that they can beat Patrick Mahomes. I mean,
see, to beat Patrick Mahomes, you have to score 40 points or you have to have a disgusting defense that is going to get pressure on them like the Tampa did in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Listen, my expectations are maybe a wild card team, right? And then sneak in there and win a couple, and then who knows? Another team can beat the Chiefs before they even play them. Or I think they're a playoff team right now. Ask me in week 3, and we'll see how Cam is, and then I'll give you a better answer then.
Perfect. Sounds good to me. I mean, I literally said, I'm like, looking at these weapons, if Cam shits the bed now, I mean, Boston and everybody in New England is just going to egg his house and just hate him. I mean, he got everything.
Yeah. His if he loses this year, his outfits will go from classy to really wicked stupid, and in Boston's way of looking at things. Trust me, he'll be a pariah. Everybody will hate him.
Last thing, I don't know if you noticed, in every single press conference, he said the right things. He's like, I know, Boston hates losing. I'm like, then go out and win. Go out and win.
Yep. Yeah, well, he's done everything, and you can't hate Cam. If Cam went last year and he was being a prima donna about it and saying, oh, my receivers suck, I need the help, you know what I mean? Like, Brady has done that in the season before. He said he doesn't have enough help. If he did all that stuff, I might be different. But he handled everything with class, and it's hard not to root for him.
I agree.
So let's see how good he does.
Completely agree with you, Mike. Well, I really appreciate you taking the time to come on the show. Everybody who's listening right now, go over, Follow him on IG and Twitter. It's at the HookMike. Really appreciate you, my man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you too. Happy St. Patty's.
Happy St. Patty's. Have a good day.